Hello, everyone. I'm getting on to talk about purpose, like your purpose, like my purpose. And I've always known my purpose. I I told you if you're my main follower, you know I never wanted to be a career woman, but I still knew my purpose. Like I knew I wanted to help people and I wanted to do what I can and be who they needed. I didn't want to work outside the home. I wanted to help my neighbors. I wanted to be what they needed. And I did that ever since I was a kid. I've always helped my neighbors. I would pull weeds, I would fix their cabinets or do the dishes or clean for them. Um, a lot of people don't know that my mom was paranoid schizophrenic, so we lived in a group home setting. And even before we lived in a group home setting, I was able to help people who were handicapped, who was in a wheelchair. She was another neighbor. I used to walk her dog, give him a bath, and trim his nails. And her wheelchair would always hit the cabinets and things. So I would fix her cabinets and clean for her. I've always known I had a heart for people. But when I was growing up, I loved doing hair also. Um, I got the best of both worlds when I entered into the healthcare and in-home care. I do in-home care. I don't do the nursing home or the hospital. I can't stand that setting. I do in-home care and I take care of people and I always did their hair, their nails. If it was the guy, I always shaved them and kept them look nice. I always knew that my clients represented me and I wanted to make sure they looked well, dressed well. I ironed their clothes. I shaved their face, always took them and got their hair cut. Um, I love what I do. And I take care of my sister, the one I live with. She's not my biological sister. She's just a friend that I've known for a very long time. And I've been able to help her and assist her for a roof over my head. So it's been great. I work part-time and I do massage and I take care of my grandbaby. But I really don't want to work outside the home. But I need to be social, so I kind of need to be outside of the home. I enjoy delivering car parts. I do, but I always wanted to be in the home. I don't I don't really know why I always wanted to be in the home. I just know that's what I was. I guess because I see my grandmother in the home. I didn't really have a mom when I was little, so I always had my grandmother, and my grandmother always stayed in the home, and I always helped her cook, and I always helped her clean, and I did her hair. She's the one that got me into doing hair. I curled her hair, and she taught me how to tweeze. I tweezed her little whiskers, and I tweezed my eyebrows, and then when I got older, I used to want to be a beautician. Well, I kind of still like that stuff. I really do. But like I said, I do get the best of both worlds. When I was in home care, I was able to do people's eyebrows and um, curl their hair and perm it or trim it or whatever. I wasn't licensed, but they always would make me trim their hair. But I would always curl their hair and style it. And I love cooking, and so I got to able to cook. And they would teach me recipes that they loved, and I would teach them recipes that I loved, and I've really grown to love my field. I'm, I get the best of both worlds. I love who I am. I love my skill sets. I've learned a lot of skill sets. I would love to capitalize on more skill sets, but fortunately, you've got to have financial means for that, and I really don't have the financial means. I've never been motivated for money. Um, I always just worked for what I need, and I can live off of $800 a month. And that's usually what I do. And I just work to pay my bills, and the rest of the time I'm with my family. But I'm realizing I'm getting a little burnt out because all I do is work. And I'm super tired. But I'm getting on here to talk about the purpose. Like, I love my purpose, but you can still get burnt out, and you can still feel hopeless, and you can still feel like you're not appreciated, or you're not worthy, or what else is we do a lot of sacrificing for that what we love. And I keep wondering why I didn't find that guy who wanted a woman who wanted to be a housewife. I keep reading all this material that we were supposed to attract what we wanted. Well, I have never attracted what I wanted. Because I never wanted a selfish man. I wanted a man that wanted to be a father. I wanted a man that wanted to be a husband, who wanted to take care of his family. I am not lazy by any means. I have always worked outside of the home, worked inside of the home, always worked part-time. I have never had a full-time job. I don't have any desire to have a full-time job. I want to learn from other people that have skill sets like I do, especially in the massage. My main goal is to one day be a midwife, but still do my massage. Because I literally went to massage to learn how to help my women when they were giving birth. And one day I'm going to live in a world where they will not need a midwife. They will trust their own bodies and be able to give birth in a most blissful atmosphere and an environment for their child. They will understand that as long as you bring that child into a loving environment, they will have a blissful birth. But I kind of got away from midwifery, and I still want that. I want to meet a midwife that will take me under her wing and let me follow her for 2 years or so. But right now I've been focusing on my grandbaby and helping my son. I want my son, because I want to be involved with my son and his son. So I'm kind of putting my dreams on hold, and that's no big deal because midwifery will always be there. I'm still very young. I'm only 46, so I still have plenty of time to have my dreams come through. And whatever I know, whatever I put my heart to, I will always follow through, because I have never given up on a dream. I'm very ambitious. I'm very determined. And I read everything. And I used to watch a lot of midwifery YouTube videos, and I used to love that, especially the water births. I think they're amazing, especially if it's in nature, because we were meant to have our babies in nature, close to Gaia, as close as possible. She would help us and guide us, and being in a hospital is not the setting that God had meant for us to have babies, and it brings more trauma than it does anything. Hospitals are not. I had a good birth. I can't say all hospitals are bad, but I have heard some very horrible stories, and it's scary that people think that that was a good birth experience when there could be a blissful birth experience. Like, there's so many ways to help a woman and her, especially if her partner is there, to have a birth that is very sorry, I can't speak English very well, even though it is my native tongue, but it's mind-blowing how we are programmed to think that we need to be in a hospital to have birth. And, just like the animals, we're supposed to be in a dark setting so it doesn't overwhelm us or the baby, and they need to feel loved and appreciated. And just like the mother, if the mother is feeling loved and appreciated and soothed and stimulated in a way that helps her give birth. And my teacher told us, if a woman will allow her man or her husband, she said husband, she will allow her husband to stimulate her clitoris during pregnancy, during the actual birth. It helps give pleasure, and the child comes in with pleasure endorphins instead of pain and suffering endorphins, which is not good. Every emotion that we put upon the child as it's coming in the world leaves a footprint, and we want it to be a positive footprint, not a negative one. Sorry, gotta move my leg. But it was amazing how she brought that through, and I was like, wow. And there's such a stigma on the clitoris about stimulation, and it is such a good um, tool to know, and just like also to help contract the uterus, you can massage the anus. You just use the very tip of your finger and you just massage the anus, and that helps loosen up the. I done lost it. Why did I lose it? The cervix. That's the word. Sorry. It helps loosen up the cervix, and it gives the child a good entryway to come in, to transition into the earth, come in. And it just helps the woman not have to push as much because her uterus is contracting and expanding, and it's allowing the baby to come through. And when it pulsates the baby forward, and mom doesn't have to push as much, and she's not in so much pain, and it also prevents the mother being cut, which I completely know what that felt like. It was horrible. Yeah. But anyway, I don't want to get into my ultimate dream is to be a midwife. And when I have my spiritual camp, I will have that in the settings. So like, you'll be coming there to have a birthing experience with your child on the land with Mother Gaia. I'm going to teach you how to breathe well and how to focus on just the beauty of childbirth. But that's like way down the line right now. I still have a lot to learn. There's so much that I want to learn and gather before I get to that. But my massage, there's pressure points I can also help press, but I won't need those because I want her to have the mindset of it. She's going to have the most perfect birth set. And it all starts within the mind. You figure out your purpose by what you love. And I love helping people. And I love calming the mind. And I love just incorporating good vibrations, good frequencies. Touch is amazing. And the more your partner touches you, the more they soothe you, the more they calm you. If they can stay calm, they keep you calm. That really is essential. But there's, aromatherapy. But, I want an outside setting. Like I said, birth should be outside. It should be with those you love. It should be, if you can do a water birth, great, because water, I have heard, is amazing. And I wish I would have had that experience. I wish I would have known about that experience. I wish I would have had me a midwife, because they are amazing, especially a holistic midwife who understands the value of earth and everything. I got off sidetracked. But anyway, people put their purpose on hold. And I mean, everybody has their reasons. Most of the time it's usually education, and I hate to hear that. That's why people sometimes doesn't meet their purpose. They shouldn't make education put it on hold. Do research. You can do your own research. You can research at the library. You can research on the internet. I mean, internet is at the fingertips now. You can do so much more research and look for other avenues. See if family will help you go back to school and help you get to where you need to be. And if you struggle with schooling like I did, hire you a tutor. You can find somebody that's pretty cheap. Trust me, I didn't work through school, and I would just get with the smart people. Literally, I got with the smart people to learn how to study because I really didn't understand how to study. I didn't know that the material to focus on unless I had a I've been out of college for too long. I don't remember the outline. They give you an outline, and then that outline is usually your study guide. And that way you could go in your book and literally break down each part that you really need to go into and study it. Or sometimes that outline had just had everything you needed to study, which was really nice. And some teachers did do that, and I really appreciated them for doing that because that helped me. But you can't give up on your purpose because you will have a void inside of you that you will never be happy. You will never be happy. And this past couple weeks, I've been really emotional because I just feel like I'm not doing what I'm meant to do. And I know I am, but I still have this void inside of me. I don't understand why God hasn't put somebody in my life that's a midwife that I could learn from and really grow with, even while I'm in waiting, because I could still be learning and I could still be applying the things that I learn, and I write things down all the time. But I don't know, there's other things, other doors that I don't understand why aren't opening, especially when it comes to my massage. I feel discouraged, and I don't want to feel discouraged. I know it's God trying to remind me that everything's going to be okay. It's just not the right time. But then I have the devil over here making me feel unappreciated, unworthy. I really don't have the words because I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. But there are days I just want to run away, and I can't run away right now. I want to see my grandbaby grow up. I want to be here with him. But I have to be honest. A couple days ago, I was really emotional, and I was really angry with God. And I told her I was ready. Just bring me home. I'm done. You know, I am tired of teaching people who have deaf ears. And what's the purpose? Like, why am I here to teach to people who don't have a purpose of their own? They don't even care about nothing. They don't care about nothing. And as much as it hurts my heart, and I do mean it hurts my heart, like I don't understand how people don't have a purpose, because I've always known my purpose. I've always known my purpose. Like, there's not been a day that I didn't know what I was meant to do in this world. I'm meant to help people. I'm meant to serve these people. I'm meant to give them guidance and give them the truth that they want or they need at the time. You know, I know what I need to do and I do it. And I have those people, you know, who think I'm a hypocrite, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm senile, or I'm crazy, or I'm living in a fantasy. That's the one I hear the most. You're living in a fantasy. I'm not living in a fantasy. The world is going to change. And the more you know your purpose, the more you can truly capitalize on the new world that's coming. I think I'm just getting impatient. I'm ready for the new world just like everybody else, but nobody believes in it. But if they would just believe in it, the faster it would come. I just have a lot of emotions going on. And I know a lot of people put their dreams on hold because they think they need to raise a family, or they need to do something. Something's always more important than your dreams. And that's not true. That's so not true. Don't be miserable and keep waiting for the opportunity to open. itself, because it won't, because you have to meet it, you have to understand it, and you have to want it. I want to be a midwife because I love children and I love seeing the beauty of a woman in her, just the beauty of her pregnant belly and her hormones. And, you know, that was the most beautiful moment for myself. I loved being pregnant. It was the worst time of my life because I was in a bad car accident. But just because I had such a bad experience doesn't mean that other people have bad experience. I've seen some beautiful women have beautiful childbirthing, and it's just amazing. And I want to assist them with that. I'm not going to be the person in charge. They are, because it's their body, it's their birth, and I want to see them have a good childbirthing experience. And, you know, I don't just have one dream. I want to see a woman have a baby with the dolphins, and I think that would be amazing. I've heard how the dolphin literally is so excited to see a pregnant mother bring a child into the world, a human child. And I want to see that. I want to experience that. I think that's one of the packages that I will offer on my boat. When I have a boat, I want a yacht. I'm going to have a yacht, and I'm going to do tours, and I'm going to offer that to a pregnant woman. If she wants to have her baby, she can pay for us, and we'll go out there, we'll have the setting, and if I'm not a midwife, I will make sure I have a midwife. I want to offer that. That's and I want to, hopefully they'll let me watch, because I think that it'll be amazing to watch a mother have a baby with dolphins around, because that is just beautiful. The water is soothing, and it is so amazing how the water soothes the woman as she's pregnant, the baby, and it is so much comfort and so much passion and so much. It's just a different setting for a woman, and she would get a different experience. That's not a negative; it'd be a positive, and everything is just beautiful. Mother Gaia will help her and enrich her and heal her, and she will just have the almost mind-blowing experience in the water. And I would love to be a part of that and see that and learn other things from other midwives that I can do. It's time for people to reach out to their dreams and really know what they want. Figure it out. Don't just think that and if you want to be a mom, then tell that. I want to be a mom. That can be your dream. That can be your only dream. If you want to just be a mom and a wife and just have that setting, there is no shame in that. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted. But as I got older, I didn't have another choice. So I really did some deep, I did some self-care. I've done a lot of you can go and have shadows with people that you think you might be interested in, and that's what I did. I did it with a nurse, one with a midwife, and I did the midwife when I was in college. I literally reached out to a midwife in my area, and I went out and spent the day with her, learned her ins and outs. I didn't actually do a birth. I wish I would have. I'm sure she would have let me, but I didn't do that. I just did an interview, and she was actually from Michigan and had just moved to Indiana, so she really wasn't heading her footing down yet. So, but whatever you want to be, find that person that's doing it and ask, hey, can I shadow you if you can do it for a week, that would probably be best, because then you're going to really know if you really like it and if that's really a fit for you. Because some people go to school to be a nurse, and that first semester they realize, no, they do not like blood, or they do not like fluids, or they do not like touching people. So they literally fall out, and that's a lot of money. You still have to pay that money back even if you don't want to be a nurse. So it's just like massage. My first week of massage, the women were like, we have to touch people? And I was like, Do you not know what massage is? I mean, yes, you have to touch people, but none of them left, which was weird. But they did. There were certain things that they liked about massage, and there were certain things that they didn't like massage. So I don't. It doesn't. I think it's because they just wanted to touch the back. They didn't realize we were touching the whole body, and they don't like feet. A lot of people don't like feet, and I don't mind them. I like them to be clean, but I don't mind them. And um, I think they were uncomfortable that the people were naked, which they weren't naked. They had underwear on. But some people aren't comfortable with the anatomy of the body. I'm very comfortable. I love it. I think it's beautiful, especially um, if you just love the body, if you just love the person, if you just love in general. Like, I'm always been comfortable with people. If I'm not comfortable with you, then I'm not going to be around you. I'm not going to touch you, and that's how I am. There have been clients that I have had in the nursing home. I've never had it outside someone's in the home. I have had it in the nursing home. That's why I didn't like it in the nursing home. And I'm not just going to suck it up and no. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable, and I'm not going to deal with that person. I'll go find another job. I was looking for a job when I find that one. I have that mindset all the time. I was looking for a job when I found this one. I'll go find another one. I won't stay where I'm not happy. And a lot of people need to have that mindset. If you're not happy someplace, go find another place. There's too much out here, especially now. There's too many jobs out here to just stay where you're at. I know it sucks that some of the jobs aren't paying very well, which I have heard. But I was unhappy at my I realized I really can't do office work. It paid very well, but I'm bored. I need something to do, and I wasn't staying busy. So I had to leave that office job, and I mean, it was for home care, and I was too burnt out on home care right now because, like I said, I take care of my sister, I take care of my grandson, and I'm just overwhelmed. So I just mainly do the advance. I just deliver parts. But I really want more of a job where I'm really doing more driving than I'm doing now, because I'm not really doing a lot of driving, and I want more. But I want people to know their purpose. Don't give up. You have a purpose. You just got to figure out what it is. If you like working with your hands, find something that's working with your hands. If you like crafts, do crafts. If you like wood, do something with wood. You can make your hobby into your passion or your purpose. If you like helping people, you can start helping people. Even if it's the elderly. Elderly need a lot of people. I mean, that's one thing about the group home that my mom lived in. It was really nice because they were all seniors. They all needed help with taking out their trash. They all needed help doing their dishes. They all needed what was that? There's dishes. I did dishes, trash, and I can't remember. There was 3 things I always did. Oh, sometimes, well, I didn't. I also worked with people across the street. I pulled weeds. I mowed the grass, and I even took care of pets. So you can figure out, and especially with all the apps now, you can join an app and figure out some kind of a way to get paid. They pay you daily, but your best bet is word of mouth. If you can get out there and, I used to clean for everybody. And like I said, I used to take the trash out, and I smoked when I was younger, so that was how I would get my cigarettes. And when I got a bicycle, I would even run errands to the store or to the gas station, because back then I could actually pass and buy cigarettes, but not very many people did that. I just did it mainly for my mom. But there's so many things out there. Babysitting, I babysit a lot. I love kids. I love kids. Like, they're fun. They're great. Um, I always liked working with my hands, and I always loved learning. There was one of the guys he was teaching me how to play guitar. I don't remember anything that he taught me, but I do remember he was teaching me how to play guitar, and I really enjoyed it. And I always loved singing, but I didn't believe in myself enough to sing. So I sang in school. I was in choir, and I did um, our little shows in school and everything, but I really didn't, I don't know, it was really never really my thing. I loved singing and I loved dancing, but it was more like freelance stuff. I did it for fun. But find what you love. Don't allow your passion or your purpose to be forgotten. It's essential for you, and it helps you stay grounded in what you love. Don't let it slip away. I love drawing too. I love writing. I do write all the time. I don't draw anymore, but I used to draw all the time, and I don't do that much anymore. Maybe one day I'll get back to it. Right now it's not in my heart that I need to draw, so I don't draw. But music is me. I love music and I love dancing. And there's so many things you can even do with that. So whatever your purpose is and whatever your heart is really set on, then you need to follow your heart. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let your kids be the reason why you're waiting. You can still live out your purpose even without, there's still avenues close by and they can be a part of it. And I'm sure they'll be your best cheerleaders. When I was in school, my son didn't like it at first, but I was always reading anyway, so I might as well read something that I was trying to benefit myself and help myself. You know, I went to school to learn, not to pass. I also went to school to make more money, not to live at wherever I worked. These people who go back to school and want to make more money but have to live there 12 hours or even longer, 24 hours, because most nurses have to be at work now either 12 hours a shift or 24. And I was like, I will not ever do that. I used to do 12-hour shifts every 3 days. Every other day is what I did. But I was not going to do 12-hour shifts every day. That is ridiculous. There is no way. And, I love being a nurse, but I don't want to be an RN anymore, a registered nurse. I'm a certified nurse, but I'm not a registered nurse. And a little piece of me wish I would have finished just so I could do other things and help people. But the society that we live in now, it doesn't really want to help people. They want to keep people sick, and I'm not going to be a part of that narrative. I want to help people get better. I want to help people love themselves. And I know the root of most people is if they would just address their emotions and their dreams and keep hope in their heart, they can heal themselves. Especially, you change your food source, you change your life. I mean, I am living proof of that completely. But I don't want to make this real long. I've already made it long enough. I love you all. You have a good night. Thank you for listening. Please follow, share, and make a comment if you need to. I thank you. Love you all. Bye.